Alright, let's finish off this boss fight.
We must strip its defenses, wear it down. More coming through the rift. Now, seal the rift. Do it.
Oh. I didn't know you were awake, I swear. Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
Then the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
I know, right? I am a badass. Does the legs seem to be better?
That's her. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when she came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over her.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb her.
Why did Lady Cassandra have her in chains? I thought Seekers knew everything.
That's her. She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
Still lag?
Nothing to do.
Maybe I'll restart the game real quick, see if reducing the stuff helps. Rip game. It's weird because I don't really see it in the game. I only see it on the stream. So maybe it's fighting with OBS for some processor time. We'll see if reducing stuff helps.
Andraste didn't have Grand Clerics telling her what to do, and she managed nonetheless.
You expect us to be like Andraste?
Someone must.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I reduced some of the settings, so hopefully it helps some.
mad. She should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The prisoner failed, Seeker.
Screw
The
this
bridge
guy.
is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Chain her. I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous
I know, I hate this
line,
guy, right?
Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
The guy
But
in the
not
red and white
the
hat.
prisoner.
This guy.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
So hot. You're funny, Nico.
The breach is stable now. What more do you want from me?
We must try again.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
What do I do now?
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay, but you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Okay, what is DOS 2? You didn't answer me the first time I asked. Okay, one sec. I just got work. Oh, Divinity Original Sin 2. Oh yeah, I was looking at that one. You can have like a multiplayer group in that, can't you? I just gotta do one thing for work super quick, cause they're like end of day, and I'm like, really at 4:50 on a Friday? Yep. So let's fix this quick. How is Divinity? DOS 1 is garbage compared to DOS 2. DS, the MP for that just takes just as much as Stellaris. What do you mean the multiplayer for that? It takes ages. Oh, I see what you mean. So it's like a huge epic multiplayer game. Alright, almost done. I just had to replace a couple images. Okay. Back to game. No, man, RPGs don't take that long. You don't need to rush. No, you don't need to rush. You certainly can't rush with this game.
And how much did you need?
10 sacks would do it. Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harrit is the Inquisition's smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segrit. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
I think there's a place I can turn off helmets, because helmets look dumb. Hide helmet, right there at the top. Yep.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Should I be angry?
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
The breach needs to be sealed. The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle. Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragonbone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 36 lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free Marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
I heard some speak of using the Templars in...
Any circle mage wanting to join needs to speak with Cullen or Cassandra. Apostates too, I suppose. Oh, you're her. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
Song request? What kind of song request do you have?
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
To watch during this?
Farewell.
Make her go with you. Thanks for checking anyway.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
I've no interest in being a hero. All I want is to find a way to seal this breach.
Pragmatic, but ultimately irrelevant. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay then. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
The giant hole in the sky trumps any other concerns. We can worry about the rest later.
Yes. Who can say what this world will look like when we are done fighting for it? But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Fliss.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
There was no word for heaven or for earth or sea or sky. All that existed.
Plissa wants to know if you have anything that can make tavern food taste a little more exotic.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading that if anyone could close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you.
Hi, Slash and Smash. How are you?
Reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
Until later.
Stay safe.
Hey, Drave.
I spoke with Commander Cullen.
How are you doing this afternoon?
Apologize for what I said earlier.
It's nothing. Now, Scout Plane, what can you tell me of Redcliffe? their attack. Do you have information confirming that the mages were responsible?
Well, I had assumed.
Our job is to acquire actionable information. Assumptions can lead you to overlook something vital.
How could that great breach not have been caused by the mages?
It is reasonable to believe that magic was involved. We cannot assume it was
You dislike the Templar system?
No.
Does it trouble you?
Not really.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Yeah, I'm doing a mage on this playthrough. I did a mage a little bit earlier before. Because you're an apostate, it's got like a really sort of interesting and different storyline. I know most people pick melee characters. But because mages are part of the reason why they're having a problem is it changes a lot of things.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do. May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
Have you played this game before, Drave?
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a mage, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
I don't think they have paladins. They have a tanky type, which is sword and shield. They have two-handed warriors. They might have Templars, I forget.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading.
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Yeah, but paladins are supposed to be holy warriors, so they're supposed to have some sort of degree of magic. At least, usually in RPGs, they're almost more like clerics.
They aren't more concerned about the breach, the real threat.
They do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can stop it.
Yeah, I guess that's
The Chantry
true.
is telling everyone you'll make it worse.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Well, in this game, that's the Templars. They're basically the counter to the mages.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Yeah, I know the
Look
history.
for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
My scouts still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
You're not boring me. But you know, games have kind of taken the idea of a paladin and run with it.
At your service.
Let's see what we have.
To work?
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentagast that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. First, we're too dangerous to let out of the circles. And then we're apostate rebels. But they seem to like you. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. Hello? Can I help you with something?
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. I was a year or so from my harrowing, at least. The enchanters were being kind. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. You know how the circle mages saw the Tranquil. They're just there to enchant items and keep the floors clean. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves. Can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
O Creator, see me kneel, for I walk only
When there was no sky, Maker, you were the sky. When there was no earth, you were the earth.
So we're heretics, just like them. Should we surrender?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. None too many oh shit moments. There were a few, but
cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore?
You're the one they're calling the Herald. You don't sound happy about that.
I'm not. You are a mage, and magic was meant to serve man, not rule him. Yet here you are, testing that core tenet of the Chantry. I did not join the Order to adjust my faith so easily, but I appreciate what the Inquisition is trying to do, and your role in it. Though you may find not many Templars do. We're a distrustful lot by nature.
How did you come to be a Templar?
It seemed the right thing to do. My family are tradesfolk in Denerim. I could have become a cobbler like my father, but this seemed better. It's a chance to uphold the Chantry's laws and help the mages through a troubled time.
Not every Templar feels that way.
I know. Power can corrupt. It's a delicate balance. One person trying to do something can make a difference. You should keep that in mind, Harold.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Never really got into the Dragon Age games. I know bugger all about the lore. My guess is mages were kind of man's helper and they had enough and they rebelled. Okay, so without too many spoilers, the mages in the Dragon Age universe have a connection to another dimension that they call the Fade. And the Fade is supposed to be sort of, it's where you go when you dream, but it's also inhabited by monsters and demons. So the difference between mages and normal people, because everybody goes to the Fade when they dream, the difference between the two is that mages can sort of access the Fade whenever they want to, but they can also be controlled and corrupted by the monsters that live there. So to keep mages from being corrupted and destroyed, the Templar faction was created to sort of steward the mages. And usually they kept the mages segregated in a circle tower that you know, they'd be trained in and they'd be kept separate from all the people in. And the Templars would stay there too. So they were sort of like yin and yang there. What happened in some of the earlier games though is in the first Dragon Age game, the circle came down during the blight that happened in the game. So after the circle had a problem, all the mages were declared apostate, which meant that, you know, they were acting on their own. And in the Dragon Age universe, apostate mages are usually extremely dangerous and they usually try to kill them off. So the Templars hunt down apostates and get rid of them, usually.
You left the Templars for this. You believe the Inquisition can work?
I do. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying. You traveled some distance to reach Haven. You're from the Circle in Ostwick?
Would you prefer I stayed locked away, like a good mage?
I didn't... I only meant to make conversation. Poor choice of topic, given the past. Shall we speak of something else?
I should get to know you better. We are working together after all.
What would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
If you're a female, Cullen is one of the romance options. I usually like him because he's kind of like Alistair, but I don't know if I should maybe go with Blackwall instead, which is another one. Supposedly the Blackwall romance is really interesting.
I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between Mages and Templars fell apart. The apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
What happened between Kirkwall's Mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between Mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets.
Never, Nico.
Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
Cullen will just be my side dude, maybe.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order, but Red Lyrian had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
I'll let you return to your work.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
You built for them the Golden City.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentagast might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Dennett in the hinterlands.
Oh, and who usually fish around for what pirates do?
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Goodbye.
Right.
Side dude. He's the double side dude. Okay.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Liliana is a bit special. Touched something.
How is this a game? Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
Then we can only guess at what he wants. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
Maker, though the darkness
Researcher
comes
Minade
upon
has
me,
notes on
I shall
allies.
embrace the light.
Let's see what we have.
Shit. I didn't mean to go back.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
By the way, I'm not going to be completionist on this because if I even try to be completionist, I'll never leave the
Everyone
hinterlands.
has. We know what you did at the breach. Everyone's a little nervous around mages right now, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
What's the situation out here in the hinterlands?
We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
This Ek work is pinging me again. Two typos. Word yogurt. Marinade. Face mask slide. Sorry. This'll take literally just 10 seconds. Okie doke.
Word for you.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
Watch your step.
Mother Giselle should be somewhere nearby.
And rip you.
Inquisition forces! They're trying to protect the refugees!
Looks like they could use a hand.
Oh, we are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker. We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
To change my OBS settings.
Be ready. More coming our way.
I think this game is fighting for the GPU. I'll do that later. I won't do that now. Why can't I spend Solus's points? I don't know, Drave. Why are they currently unavailable? Perhaps because I'm in battle.
Victorious once more.
really bad when I'm in combat, isn't it?
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
Is that why you asked for me? The Chantry has already...
I know what they've done.
Then why am I here?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
They want to execute me, and you think I should just walk up to them?
You are no longer alone. They cannot imprison or attack you.
I mean, they do kind of want to off
They could
me.
try. Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
So I show up, say hello, show them the mark on my hand.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven, and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Corporal Vale is...
Hey, let me do something. The only problem is, while my stream is actually going, I can't change what it's trying to use. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change my encoder. I'm gonna stop the stream very briefly, change the encoder, and relaunch. So you might see a buffering for a couple of seconds. If it doesn't pop up again right away, then just hit refresh. I'll say something in chat too. Yeah, that's what I mean. It should reconnect okay, but let me see if switching it off of that takes some of the pressure off the CPU and the GPU. So I'll be right back. let's give that a try, see if that, let's give that a try, see if that fixes anything.
Coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
So, who do you think is the toughest? Josephine, Liliana, or Cassandra?
I'm right here, you know.
That doesn't rule you out, Seeker.
Cullen's not up for consideration?
Curly? They just keep him around to look pretty.
He does look pretty.
Of course.
Is it any better, Drave? Kind of hard to move around and see what's going on and then look over and see what's going on the other screen.
Is there anything we can do? Just ask. Thank you.
This still looks kind of laggy from here. Is it better or worse laggy?
Thank you. If you say so.
Someone, anyone, please help my wife.
I'm pleased to hear it.
It's combat when you notice it for me.
Please, somebody, my wife needs help.
What's wrong with your wife?
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch her breath, like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
You can turn down the shaders in the game. I think I already did. Maybe I still need to do it more. Shadow quality is already medium. Well, I guess we'll give it a try.
Very well. Maker, I hope it's not me.
See, the problem is I can't actually see any problem in game. The game runs fine. It's the encoder that appears to be suffering.
Have you seen
bread. It's going to be a long, hungry night.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
Good luck.
Luck won't put fat on your ribs.
Wait, I didn't mean to go away.
Mages, Templars, bandits, demons. Making it hard for a man to hunt for his supper.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
I can't actually take the quest? Okay.
Good luck.
Luck won't put fat on your ribs.
Oh, I guess I already got the quest.
Things used to be peaceful around here.
What is this place?
Map-making tenderfoots named this the Hinterlands. But right here, that's nowhere. Just some fields, and now a bunch of demons. I'm Giles, by the way.
I need to be on my way.
Make a watch over you, then.
You're with the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What can you tell me about the man who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition?
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply, but if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives.
Is there anything we can do to help people deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets. You'd think I was asking for a wagon of raw lyrium. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last. If you have any ideas, talk to him across the road.
What can you tell me about the rebel mages?
The real rebels are up north in Redcliffe, dug in and taking care of their own. The ones out here are just apostates, locked up in the circles all these years, and now they've gone mad with power. The rebels in Redcliffe have washed their hands of them. I wish we could do the same.
What can you tell me about the Templars?
All the Templars were called to Val Royeaux not long ago. These bastards ignored the order. Now they're killing rebel mages, along with any refugees they think are mage sympathizers. Every Templar I've ever known has wanted to protect the common folk. These men defile their order's good name.
Farewell.
And you as well.
More cold weather coming.
Yes.
Fool villagers. Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep these refugees warm?
Blankets, warm clothes, all of it. These poor sods lost everything when the Mages and the Templars went crazy. If we were in a village, I could just pinch a blanket off a clothesline and be fine. Out here, I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supplies, just haven't been able to find them.
Farewell.
And see you.
Hopefully the Inquisition can find some way to help these people.
Decent spot to camp.
Nothing to report, sir. Who placed a skull out here? And for what purpose? Look, that's the King's Road down there.
The skull illuminates certain objects in the distance. I am not familiar with such magic.
Of course, it had to be a skull that lights up creepy shit.
Witcher's too scary. Witcher's one of those games that I wanted to watch other people play so I don't have to do it myself. That's why you want to watch me play it. I got push to talk though, so even if I screamed as loud as Kaya does, you wouldn't hear it. I don't think so.
Look at this. The apostates have gone mad with power.
Well, the Templars aren't looking any better here.
We should move on. We can only restore order by securing an alliance. Interesting. I cannot say what it is, but there must be a reason the skull illuminated the object.
cells get flanked, why don't you?
I hear reconstruction is progressing well in Kirkwall.
I know things are bad there.
I wasn't trying to.
You weren't trying to remind me how bad it is in Kirkwall, so you decided to talk about it?
About its recovery.
What you're talking about are the buildings, and even that will take years. People don't recover so easily.
Actually, I have that game. Maybe I can talk Bob into playing it for you. Hear him scream instead. Eric, you're in the frickin' way.
Perhaps the Inquisition could determine the nature of these objects.
Is this game you're talking about? Rusty Lake? Ooh, this is bad. That's really bad. Red lyrium, that's bad news. Eric, you have nothing to say about that? That's weird. Oh yeah, this is the other reason why I've chosen normal difficulty. There's just so bleeding many enemies in this game since Dragon Age 2. Unless you want to spend 3/4 of the game in combat. I don't really want to spend all this time pausing and playing a strategy game, because the strategy system really kind of blows. That combat thing that we saw earlier on. It was a neat idea, but I don't know, it just feels clunky as hell. There is a lot of talking in this game, though. I mean, there doesn't have to be, but then you miss a huge chunk of the story. And really, I think the story is one of the better parts about this game, so...
Apostates! The apostates have fled to the hills.
That crossbow is remarkable, Varric. I am surprised the dwarves have not made more of them.
The woman who made Bianca would rather that not happen. Wars are bloody enough as it is. A crossbow that fires this far and this quickly, with so little training, every battle would be a massacre.
Indeed. I am surprised, not disappointed.
Where does this lead?
Alrighty then.
Fine work out there. Killing those poachers.
we leveled up again. I haven't died, if that's what you're asking.
Templar bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Farewell.
It must have been some time since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Mages and Templars and innocent people caught in the middle. Some things never change.
I'm not very far into it. And yeah, I'm playing on PC. The downside is I seem to be having a little bit of trouble with lag on the PC. It's fighting for my GPU with OBS. Even though I've turned a bunch of the settings down. Yeah, I've only been playing for a couple hours now. 3 hours maybe. hits pain in the butt.
That may be worth investigating. Shut up, Muggle. Like I said before to you, mages actually do have a really cool sort of twist. Isn't that what a muggle is, Nico? This must be one of the supply caches Recruit Whittle wished us to find. This is not the default background storyline, no. I don't want to spoil the game, though, for anybody who hasn't played any of them. I mean, who's here? And how much will I spoil it for you if I tell you what happened behind? Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll join you in voice chat.
We must have done enough to draw the attention of the clerics by now. Shouldn't we meet with them?
How are you doing?
But I have this problem where my Discord button is different. Okay, there we go. I've made my push to talk button the same on both the game and this now, so I stop unpausing the game.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are in my way, get out.
Oh. Don't really need to hear the game to... You got your subtitles on in the game?
I do.
Good. Then I don't need the volume in the game then. So neat. Good. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not trying to be intrusive, because you know, Lord Vader shows up and starts talking. He's like, "Hey, get in the chat." Blah blah blah. Well, I was referring to Nixie Dixie, but because I didn't want to bug you.
His mic's not working very well right now.
Yeah, Eastern Wrestling shit.
Hi, you get in the chat.
Just ignore him. That's what I do. I don't ignore him. I love him.
Do you know if Kaya was planning on streaming tonight? Because I won't keep going much longer if he is.
What? Hold on a second. Alright, be right back. I gotta walk the dogs.
Alright, have fun.
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to writs.
You said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Nico. He was talking about doing scary movies or video games earlier. I say earlier, but like earlier this week. I assume he's been busy earlier with Overwatch. Nice way to leave that guy. Your girlfriend is lost by what? Who? What are you talking about? He's right there, the worried scout?
Damn it, Ritz, where are you?
So, set up camp or keep moving?
Nothing to report, sir.
Yes, you can pull thine leg. Mine leg.
For Recruit Whittle.
Alright, what'd I miss?
Nothing really. Finished doing a couple of the little quests and I'm back in Crossroads.
Oh. see, I haven't played Dragon's Age for 3 nights now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's horrible. I think I gotta play some tomorrow before I go to a buddy's house. I'm going to a buddy's house tomorrow evening for
Here, maybe this will help.
It more than helps.
How you enjoying
With
the
this,
game so far?
I can fill these hungry bellies.
Oh, I love it.
Some hope.
I love
didn't
it.
think much
Did
of it,
I
but no one else is
ever
helping like
say
you.
how much
Maybe
I
I
love
was
Dragon's
wrong.
Age 2?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Which one do you think is better now, though? I guess you haven't really gotten far enough in this game to judge, but...
Well, I never got annihilated by random dragons. But I love both games so far. It's like, I don't know. My response would be I like potatoes because there's no response.
Lol. He didn't finish what, this game?
No, he's talking about, he's talking about, yeah, this game. Yeah, I didn't finish it so I can't judge. Which, I played Dragon's Age 2 at least 3 times all the way through. At least 3 times. And to backtrack on what Nixie Dixie was talking about, Kayev playing Outlast. I hope he does. I really wanted to play Outlast. FNF is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Fright Night Friday.
Fright Night Friday. Oh. Well, I don't think Kiev is going to play Outlast. I wish he would, because I went and watched his Soma video a week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was before I went to Spain, and I think it was before I went to Spain. Yeah. Yeah, I watched it, and... Oh, FNAF, yeah, I got you. And, I wished he would have played Soma more, but he didn't. And that was back in 2016. Spring of 2016, I think. So...
Thank you.
No, I enjoyed the game, Nixie. I really love watching Soma. Like, I've watched Markiplier play it twice. I watched him play it the first time like a year ago, and then I watched him last week. Just while I was in Spain, I was watching his videos on Soma, and then I got home from Spain, and I re-finished watching him play Soma. And I love the Soma storyline, the game. And I enjoyed watching Kayev's first video of Soma, and I wish he would play more. But I also really wish he would continue with Outlast, because it's an amazing game. Scary as shit, of course, but you know me. I have no problem. I lose. Yeah. I'll just chain for pigs. Like, I was willing to play Soma until I rewatched Markiplier play it all. And after I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, I don't think I can do it. I don't have balls enough to do it. But, I mean, I could do it. I mean, hell, I did Resident Evil 7, which is the most horror game I've ever played by myself. Yeah, I did Outlast and Outlast Whistleblower, but it was mostly Kat playing that. I only jumped in to do the hard parts that she couldn't get by, like... I've tried to watch Amnesia gameplay through Markiplier. I just couldn't. It started to bore me. It wasn't. Maybe I didn't get deep enough into the game for it, but I feel like, So far, the best horror game I've ever seen is Outlast.
A Templar, I believe.
You should play the very first Silent Hill. As long as you're not hung up on like really good graphics. Because it's a bit dated now.
Silent Hill. Okay, okay. Silent Hill. There's like what, 3 of those, right? 4?
Gosh, I've lost count. I think more than that.
Okay.
But the very first one for the PlayStation, and you can probably grab it on an emulator, was probably one of the scariest games I've ever played. Or watched someone play, because Bob was the one who played it.
Oh. Nixie says it's like a bazillion Silent Hill games. Well, I did watch Rad Brad play one of the Silent Hill games a couple years ago, and it seemed interesting, but I mean, it was just it just didn't really grab me. I mean, I watched it all the way through too. It was okay.
They kind of went progressively downhill. The first one had a really awesome story.
That's sad when a game storyline goes downhill. PT, I think it was PT. Was that when they go through the hall and through the door and then it'd be... Or no, hold on, what am I thinking of?
Oh, this is bad.
Yep. You got this? Get it. You got it, girl. You got elevation. The rift is look up. Oh wait, I'm lagging, so you probably see it. There it is. You like past it. Run up the bridge and up in the sky. Nope. Okay, good. Yeah. Actually, I did watch one of those too, the Silent Hill PT, and that was actually the only that I liked. And then when I saw no more videos of it, because it was just like a demo, did they actually finish the game? Because I never saw any more than just the demo. Because the PT was amazing. The demo for it was amazing to us. And I wanted to see more, but I never saw more. It actually scared me. I did watch it. I watched either Markiplier or Rad Brad play it. PT. Yeah, Silent Hill PT. It was Rad Brad? Okay.
You bastard.
You got this DS. Oh, fuck those little assholes. Oh, I see what you... Okay, I just now saw what you were calling them that bastard for.
Yeah.
It's good, 5 to 8 second delay. So I hear you curse at somebody, I'm like, what? And boom.
Just wait.
Yep, just wait. And I'm still trying to talk Kat into continuing Resident Evil 7 on a stream, even without the webcam, and she's very resilient of it. She's like, yeah, I'll play Resident Evil 7. I'm like, alright. She's like, but I don't want to stream it. God damn it, woman.
Why not?
I don't know. She gets so gun shy or camera shy. And I don't know.
Just lose the webcam.
Yeah, well, even if she loses the webcam, that's fine. I was like, yeah, just play without the webcam.
Hey, I don't never play with the webcam.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, she's very smart. As she yells fuck you to her TV screen.
Is that a dig at me, Nico?
Cat is good playing. She's just smart. Don't want to be mean with stuff. It's work. No, I think you're right. Nixie Dixie. It's she's got an issue. She's a woman, so she naturally has an issue.
Hey.
Yo, I speak it
Both
as
of
I
you.
say it. You can't fight the truth, I'm sorry. Yo, I got called... Okay, I was playing Age of Mythology earlier today. Wait, hold on. How long have I been talking? Oh, I was talking to a buddy of mine. Okay, so... I was playing a level in Age of Mythology, streaming it, of course, and the Dykeman Gamer 1995 scroll talking with me. We were just shooting the shit and playing the game and stuff, and some asshole decided to join in.
The Mages and the Templars chose a poor location for working out the
He
differences.
says a derogatory term to me and says, "Play Age of Empires 2." I'm like, why the fuck does this have to come out? Why? Seriously? And I didn't see it until Skewer said, hey, keep a civil tongue. And once I read that, I read up on the messages, and I'm like, oh wow, this guy's being a fucking douche. No. Nixie Dixie, this was not a curse. It was a derogatory term for someone of the darker skin persuasion. And it was very inappropriate, and I was very unhappy. Yeah, oh yeah, I banned him, of course. That's the second time I've had someone come in and do that to me. For no reason. Yeah, Bruce, she picked Mage.
Yep, I picked Maid.
She's going with the old Gandalf. Or should I say, the Lady of the Wood?
Apostate. You guys have fun
No.
over there.
Nope. Nixie. How do I want to say this? And outside of my stream or my game, like, if someone was to call me that, I would just laugh at them and whatever. But it's unnecessary. Playing a game, very unnecessary and inappropriate. If I was to go to the dictionary definition, it'd be... Yeah. Every race has been a slave. Every race has derogatory terms for it. And the definition for the term that was yelled at me today was, ignorant. And it's like, you're an idiot. Just fuck off. Nixon, it looks a cool game though. Yeah, Bruce, have you not seen this game before? This game is amazing. If you've never played a Dragon's Age game, you need to play Dragon's Age.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking great.
But you should start from number 1. Like, it's just, it'll mess with your head.
I'm going to agree and disagree with Deathsword on that, because I started with number 2. I played it 3 times through, and I was so addicted to the game, and so was the wife for watching me, that she would take her pen, a red pen, and draw the elvish tattoos on my face. Mimicked it perfectly. It was great. I'm a loser though.
Are you saying you've never played 1 then?
No, I never played 1. I've only played number 2.
Oh my god, you've never played 1. You've never seen the Brood Lord.
What's up, honey? Max is right there. Toby is fucking by now. Oh, and there he is.
Not the Brood Lord, the Brood Mother.
Brood Mother, there you go. You said Brood Lord, and I'm thinking of Stork.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's mistaken.
Okay, you
But
gotta play
then again,
number 1 just for the brood mother. It'll mess your head.
What are you talking about, Nixie? Oh, is Bruce's name George? Guess I missed that.
Yeah, his real name's George.
Oh, okay. I'm calling him Brucey because every time I see Ard Bruce, I have to say Brucey, and Brucey reminds me of the He's Brucey, the shark, to me. That's a small passage through my demented brain, and you're welcome. Nope, you're Bruce. Kill that black wolf. You know what? I think some of the strongest characters I've fought are the wolves.
Yeah.
So far. They have an
no normal wolf would
crazy
fight with
amount of
such
health.
determination.
It's so
The
stupid.
breach may have driven them mad. Or perhaps a demon took command of the pack.
I'm sitting here hitting it with a fucking huge sword or a huge axe, and the wolf's like, hi. Like, you're a dick.
Don't mess with me, dude.
This must be Master Dennett.
This poor buffalo.
You'll be
So
wanting to
you haven't
speak
set
with my
the towers yet?
The what?
Towers?
Oh, not yet.
Okay. I
Ran around
only
doing some
assuming-
small quests for power.
Okay. How much do you remember of this game?
I remember the overarching plot pretty good, but not a lot of the little stuff, because it's been a few years now. I can't believe this game actually came out in 2014.
Oh my god, we're so old.
So you're the Inquisition, eh?
Watching
Here
shut
you're
up.
trying to bring order
So
back.
watching my
High time somebody.
stream is a
Never
small
thought it'd be a
reminder of
mage, though.
what's going on.
Redcliffe's had enough trouble with magic already. Name's Dennett. I served Arleman for 30 years as
I
horsemaster.
assume.
I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
What are you saying?
If you
What
have
to?
a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
What? Because of what I said about mages? All the trouble magic's causing around here might well take a mage to fix it. That's all I meant. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow neck they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition. Good to see you, Inquisition.
The refugees down at the crossroads could use your help.
Right now, any food I give those luckless bastards might as well go to the rebel mages or bandits. Talk to my man Bron. He'll tell you what those folks need to protect themselves. Once that's done, I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity, long as it's not wasted.
Farewell.
Watch yourself, Inquisition. It's ugly out there.
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
Anyway, yeah, this one's loaded up with all my decisions and the ending from both 1 and 2.
Okay.
Which actually affects the game pretty significantly.
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have
Without
more
spoiling it for anybody.
Fight well out there. If those refugees are going to defend themselves, they'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
Shouldn't we travel to Val Royeaux now, Seeker? The breach isn't going to close itself. Indeed. The sooner we obtain help for the breach, the better.
Yeah, I'd like to get a horse, though.
You don't have a horse? What do you have now?
Just running. Don't I have to finish these quests for this guy before you'll give me the horse?
Whenever he told me I could have a horse, he gave me a horse. Maybe I'm wrong.
You didn't have to do the watchtowers and stuff first?
No. On my stream, let me see. I can, hold on, give me a sec. I'll rewatch all my streams.
Oh,
that might take a while, never mind. Cause I don't remember which video that was in.
Run, you fools.
Don't imitate Gandalf.
That would be fly, you fools.
Shut up.
Opening a huge conversation. Oh, about the Greek language? Yeah.
Go to your wheel of select.
Oh, you're right.
Called it.
Whoa, whoa.
Cool, because I didn't really want to bother with all those stupid quests.
Well, you still got to do the watch.
Yeah, I know.
Are you going to be siding with the mage?
Maybe. Who'd you pick?
Maybe. I picked mages, sadly.
The Templars one is really hard. I think I did the Templars the last time.
Did you hear my rationale whenever I chose?
Your what?
Rationale?
For picking
Rational?
mages? No.
Yeah. Okay. I chose the mages because when I first went into that, to talk to the Chantry or whatever, that woman was being a bitch to me, and then this Templar guy came, and the Seeker, he came, punched her and knocked her out. And I was like, cool, that's awesome.
Ugh.
And then he was being a dick to me, and I was like, go fuck yourself. So I decided, after that, the fake leader of the mages talked to me, and I was like, oh, you're nice. And
I think you need practice
they were still
dummies
nice
made
to
of
me, and
sturdier
they were also
stuff.
enslaved. And
That would be nice.
Like maybe iron.
it was just the,
Did I do the right thing?
I guess just their overall
What I have set in motion here could
Not
destroy everything I have revered
bullshittery
my
with
whole
me.
life.
Yeah.
One day they may write about
So
me
right
as
now
a
the
traitor,
mages
a
are
mad
working for me as
fool.
allies, not slaves.
And they may be right.
Yeah.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot.
I like Cassandra.
But is this the Maker's will?
Who are you
I
trying to
can only
become,
guess.
Who am I trying to romance?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know yet. It's either going to be Cullen or Blackwell. I mean, I've got a soft spot for Cullen, but I heard Blackwell's romance is really good.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms.
Honestly, while I'm playing, I forget that I can romance.
To discern who it
So,
truly
I don't-
benefits, or how.
You get time yet.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos.
Yeah, like,
and
it
we
looks
end
like their
them.
swords don't have any weight.
And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them.
The swords are
I
weightless like
only pray
mithril.
the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone.
Yeah, she appeals to me too, Nico. No bullshit.
I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
I can't really say.
I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
God, my legs are killing me. It's leg day.
Down.
I just had leg day yesterday at the gym.
Something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely
There's
looked.
nothing wrong with my feet.
There was this idol there.
It's my legs.
Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
I was doing these squats with a 30-pound weight. So like all the small muscles in my inner thighs are just like dying here.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that.
Nixie, you're an idiot.
Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent,
Nixie Dixon,
paranoid,
I could use an last rub.
It does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the tag it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the deep roads? That's not a cheery thought.
I think that's enough on Red Lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Lies. Your kind let her die.
Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor.
Is your favorite
done
Nico?
enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are.
I hate that guy.
Juices, all of you.
I hate him, I hate him. He's an asshole.
By the way, what, Nico?
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper
How do I get
authority
invited to
guide
dinner?
them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
So far, you're the only one who's insisted we can't work together.
We might, if your Inquisition would recognize the Chantry's authority.
There is no authority until another Divine is chosen.
In due time, Andraste will be our guide, not some dazed wanderer on a mountainside.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
You know Cullen has been in all 3 games, Vader? Guess Vader's AFK. If I need a lot of tooth work. Does your mom get like a kickback on everyone she brings over for dentistry?
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
The mages and Templars are fighting even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right. I will keep the peace while you and the others appeal to the Chantry in Val Royeaux.
Better ready yourself for the blame you will be rightly assigned.
What a dick.
So it's true. Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me the reports. There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Farria, one of my best agents.
and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
It will be done.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Trust me. Everything I do is to protect our interests. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do. Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Oh, make her hear my cry. Seat me by your
The
side.
Path Carrier Dawn will have more
Make me
pulses for
one
the injured
within
as
your
soon as
glory,
possible, revered
and let
mother.
the world once
Thank you,
more
child.
see your favor.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Segrit told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segrit he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Farewell.
How is it that I do this again?
Let me know if you need anything.
Trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes toward flame, she should see fire and go towards light.
Whatever you say, chick.
Hello, cat legs.
Hey, cat.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I think the computer.
Get off the computer? Why would you do such a terrible thing?
I don't know. Alright. Deathsworn, Cat Legs, and Nixie Dixie, y'all have a great night. And good luck, Deathsworn. Hope you have good luck.
Thanks, you too, Vader. I know it's getting late for you guys, so.
Yeah, roger that. Catch you later.
Good night, and have a good weekend if I don't see you earlier than that.
Let us begin. Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
What can they do? It's just talk.
Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
sec, guys.
The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliane's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then. They wish to protect the people? From us?
You think the Order's returned to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
How are you, Kat? I haven't seen you in a little bit.
Stand wary, guardsman. The Inquisition is here, along with the Herald of Andraste.
It seems that
This Inquisition is heresy. You will not look on my doubt.
As you are the only ones who appear to care about the hole in the sky. But the Chantry is insistent.
Good people of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. Her naive and beautiful heart silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of her murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no mage in our hour of need.
You have no idea how you're doing, Kat?
You say I am the enemy. The breach in the sky is our true enemy. We must unite to stop it.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
What's the meaning of this?
Her claim to authority is an insult, much like your own.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Dude.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
What an a-hole.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royo is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very
right,
bizarre.
Nico?
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
We're going to give it a try, at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Alright guys, I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours, so I'm probably going to cut it here before we get into any other major storied plotline. And get up and stretch my legs some, which are locking up in place. Thank you for watching. Yeah, Nico, you gotta go to bed, and I'm sure other people on my stream do too. couldn't be. I was gonna say, if Kaev is going to stream, but it doesn't look like he is. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.